Well, that didn't take long. Boom! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Life as a Chad YouTube channel. And I thank all of you for being here, wherever you may be. And of course, however you may be listening. The topic of the show today, after being informed by one of the boys, of course, reading one of my comments, is, of course, Sydney Watson leaving the You Are Here podcast channel. And so thank you for the guy who commented and told your boy about this. This is glorious in many different ways. And I will be diving into this fully. You can bet your sweet A on that. But before we get into any of that, I want to ask you guys to hit that subscribe button because, well, subscribing makes you feel good. At the very least, like, comment, share. You know the drill. And without further ado, let's get into this. So a while back, I made a video on Sydney Watson, and it was more in relation to Nick Fuentes, and it may have even have been my guy Kai going on the show and her just not appearing very talented or knowledgeable or, you know, stoic or anything. She could not have come off worse. She literally came off as the quintessential mother hen, well, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. And so I dove into that and I gave my take on that. And, I mean, it's very simple, really. Number one, and I used to fall into this trap as well. I can't lie. But I don't think that conservative men should be following or subscribing to conservative women's channels because they're not conservative. They are by and large doing this for attention. And I'm not saying that guys aren't doing this for attention either, but the percentage of the pie in which guys are doing this for attention is much smaller than it is for the girls. And then on the flip side, for all the guys that follow these semi-attractive, conservative female YouTubers, you have to ask yourself, well, what percentage am I truly interested in their political take? And the answer is 10% at most. What drew you there was that you liked the way they look. Now, I will try and be fair. I think that there's been some good work done. Lauren Southern, I think she did 2 great documentaries. Now, it ended up being very costly, both probably financially and from a personal relationship standpoint, and just for her in general. She got exposed. The people who filmed her stuff got exposed, and their shall we say sexual preferences and all of that those things got exposed. But there's been some good, it hasn't been all bad. But the point is that regardless, the guys who check out these YouTube channels are there's only 10% of it in which they are truly interested in the political take of these women. Okay. And that just is what it is. And therefore, it turns into a sort of OnlyFans where it's not as gross and grotesque, but it's pretty much the same in that you have these guys donating, sending money, sending validations, liking and all of that. Now you could say, well, the Chad, don't they do that to guys too? Yeah, they do. I got it. Okay. But I just don't think it's healthy. I think it's 2 different things. One, when you do it towards a chick and you're a heterosexual man, it's one thing than to support one of your boys who you are not looking at in that way. Anyways, so long and the short of it is, the video was about Sydney Watson falling apart on You Are Here, and me believing that guys should not be subscribed to these females' YouTube channels. And I said in that video that I literally said in that video that I didn't see that this was going to be able to continue much longer because she was falling apart. She was acting like a fucking crazy person. And it was entertaining, but for all the wrong reasons. And so, like I said, I received a tip from one of my boys out there. And so I looked into it. I Googled Sydney Watson leaves. And this is the post here. She writes, here's the thing. All right, my young patots. What? Wanted to address what I can about You Are Here. I'd like to provide some closure so we can all move on. Yeah, because the sad thing is some guys probably are, waiting breathlessly about this. But I was going to say, yeah, Sydney, because all of us are just waiting breathlessly for your decision on the You Are Here show. I mean, come on, give me a break. Come on, Becky, who do you think you are? I left the show. There were a multitude of reasons for doing so. Ultimately, the professional situation morphed into something untenable. Wow. Towards the end, I was extremely unhappy. Guys, how long was this show going for? Like 2 months? So all of this happened over the course of 2 fucking months? I mean, at the most, it wasn't a year, because I remember when I checked one of these shows, the You Are Here, it was like one of the first shows, and now it definitely hasn't even been a year. I mean, it's been under a year that all of this happened. Anyways, like I mentioned before, I was pouring from an empty cup, and while I tried to be professional and happy for you all on air, that's debatable. It wasn't sustainable. I am genuinely sorry the situation wasn't handled better with keeping you all looped in. This is just great, man. Trust me when I say it's been painful and confusing to navigate. I'm not interested in blood sport or drama. Please, Sydney, who are we kidding? Of course you are. You love it. Please. I think we've all got bigger fishies to fry. Okay. I'm thankful for the opportunity from Blaze and what's to come. No, I didn't get fired, you noodles. Sometimes things don't work out the way we hope. It sucks, but like some divorces between mom and dad, I promise this is better for everyone. Here's my take on it. I don't give a shit that she left. And there's one more angle to this. I don't give a shit that she left. I honestly, I said back then that I thought that she wasn't good for the show. She provided some eye candy, but as far as her political analysis, she's a liberal. She is a traditional liberal. That's what she is. She is a, what do you call someone who, she is a metropolitan, ideological individual. Okay. And some of the things that she says are traditional, but again, mostly she is a traditional liberal. Most women are. Okay. And that got exposed when Nick Fuentes went on the podcast and totally exposed her for being pretty much a liberal. So I don't give a shit that she left the You Are Here show. I really don't. I think it's the best for Elijah and all the other talent on that show. The thing I would say is that, to me, this shows the arrogance, the cockiness of modern day woman. Okay. If I would say 90% of men, if they were given the opportunity that she had, they would find a way to make it work for much longer than she did. The fact that she thinks that that it's even an option to just bounce after being given a huge platform, a huge show, a huge opportunity, rather than looking at herself and assessing her ideology, her shortcomings, her missteps, and getting better and improving on the show, she just quits. She just quits. And see, therein lies the difference between men and women, number one. And number two, again, to me, it just shows her arrogance. It really, really does, because and that of women, because again, most men, given the opportunity of working for the Blaze, in which you get to sit and make one or two shows a week while interviewing a bunch of cool ass people, instead of making that work and improving and getting better, you just quit. To me, that shows, and I've already said this twice now, I got it, the arrogance to even think that that is a possibility, that is okay to do, shows the arrogance. And then I scrolled down a little bit further here, and Elijah wrote, finding out about my show's future on Twitter along with the public, like, huh? Elijah, damn, dude, I am sorry, but you're better off. I don't know if the show has been canceled totally. I don't think it should. I think Elijah was a big portion of the show. I think it has a pretty big following. They interviewed some really cool people, and I think it could continue. I think, quite frankly, you could insert someone else into that co-chair spot and be just fine. Hell, give me a call. I'll consider it. So I don't think it all has to go away. It all has to be canceled. But again, this is not surprising. I called it way back when that Sydney was going to be done. She could not take the heat, and that's the crux of this. That I really, the meat, if you will, of this that I really wanted to dive into is, ultimately, I don't know what the behind the scenes stuff was about, but ultimately Sydney got torn to shreds in the comments and things like that, because she just did not present herself well. And from the moment she got on the show, it was drama, 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 drama with Jack Murphy, even though she wasn't necessarily in the wrong there, with Jack Murphy, with Nick, and all of it was because she was super bitchy and, very confrontational and antagonistic and snipey and tons of tons of tood. Every time I watched it, she had a ton of tood. Nobody wants to watch that. So anyways, guys, Sydney Watson done. Again, not surprised. We'll see what her future lies. I mean, to be totally frank, I think her time is winding down, because we all know that as a chick ages, the doors start closing in, and I didn't even want to dive into this part, but if I was her, I would really give these opportunities a second thought, because these opportunities don't come around that often. They really, really do not. If Sydney thinks that she's going to be the only attractive 6 or 7 conservative piece to have some liberal conservative, or liberal, traditional liberal to conservative views, she's sadly mistaken. There's going to be even younger, cuter chicks that come along that are primarily just propped up because, well, they look okay. And so, you know, the door is closing. And one more thing here, you know, you look at Sydney and you look at all the stuff that has gone on and you ask yourself, okay, let's look at what she's accomplished, which would be considered pretty high for most women. Okay. And let's add all of that up and weigh it against having a family and kids and things like that. And you ask yourself, is it really worth it? Has it really given her all that happiness? And I think the answer for both of those is no, it's not worth it. And no, it did not give her happiness that would supplant having a family and kids and things like that. And that is where so many of these chicks go wrong. You know, they preach traditionalism, they preach conservatism, yet they don't get married themselves. And they are on the hamster wheel, in the grind, in the muck, with a bunch of men who, quite frankly, are more suited for jobs like this, for roles like this. And so it is a big mistake, and time is definitely not on her side. And we'll see what happens, guys. We will see what happens. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let me know what you guys think of Sydney Watson leaving the show. Let me know if there's anything else that I missed with regards to this. Maybe I missed a whole lot. I don't know. But that's pretty much what I think about it. This doesn't interest me a ton, but it does interest me a little. That's why we went over it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button because, well, subscribing makes you feel good. At the very least, like, comment, share. You know the drill. I will see you goofballs next time. DBAP. Don't be a pussy willow. In facts or feelings, because your feelings just don't fucking matter. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.